Radio Television Bandara Ipoh, Morning Ipoh with Katie, episode number 15, takes me along to Jalan Sultan Azlan Shah in Ipoh, as I have the opportunity to speak to a person involved in the early education industry. Good morning, Mr. Kingsley.
Welcome, Mr. Ting. Yeah, welcome to Big Apple.
Yeah.
So let's take a seat.
Thank you very much. Radio, television, Bandara Ipoh. Morning Ipoh with Katie. And how time flies. We're already at the 15th episode of this great, incredible channel going online across the boundaries, the borders, and across the globe, where we bring you items of interest. And today I believe is a very important aspect of our conversation, a conversation on education with Mr. Kingsley Ting. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Yeah, and always before I begin, it has been my norm and the culture of mine to say Selamat pagi, good morning, Wan Yi Taja, Ciao Shang Hao. Assalamualaikum, saudara-saudariகளே, Sat Sri Akal, Kopi Wosian, and welcome. We will speak right now to Mr. Kingsley on Big Apple. We know that apple a day keeps the doctor away. So I always love this name because apple is red, it is solid color, and a color we can actually join, or a color which can be transformed into children which love the color red. So the first question I'll ask you is, how did the name come about? How long were you established? Tell us a bit about your organization.
Right. So it was originally started by my mom, actually. So 30 years ago. So it was named MMSB initially. Yeah, in 1993.
Yes.
But in 7 or 8 years ago, we decided to change it to Big Apple. Yeah, because we think that Apple is something really pure and innocent. And also, Big Apple represents New York. So we want our kids to be innocent, pure, and also be international someday. Yeah, that's how it comes.
Great. And right now, how many years has Big Apple been in establishment? And how many branches do you have?
We started in 1993, so it's been 28 years for now.
Oh,
yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, I came back from Shanghai in 2017 to take over this company, and I have expanded this brand from 6 branches to currently 26 branches in Malaysia.
26 branches?
Yeah.
Wow, that is incredibly...
across 6 states
6
in Malaysia.
states, wow, great. The next question is, of course, of utmost importance. And I think this basically goes to those who are planning to get married, planning to have kids, because having a family is basically a direction and focus that you must know of. And I believe, Mr. Kingsley, you have to agree with me, the question will be, why is childhood education and the correct path so important?
Right. Yeah, we call it ECE, Early Childhood Education. So in Malaysia, we have divided it into 2 groups. One is called TASCA, one is called TADIKA. So TASCA is for 0 to 3 years old, TADIKA is for 4 to 6 years old. So Big Apple, we provide services for both age groups. Yeah. So why is it so important? I would say that we are able to provide the right kind of education with our own syllabus, with the correct environment, with facilities, and also the people and the teachers, the friends, the kids here. It's going to be able to bring out the kids' social skills, cognitive skills, and also disciplinary skills. So to ensure them to be ready for their future and also for primary educations.
I totally agree. During one of my conversation under Morning Ipoh with Katie, I had the honor to actually interview members of Toastmasters. This is adult education. That simply means, if you summarize, education never ends. Even though you're a kid, you're a teenager, or you're an adult, because you see, our mind can explore many incredible things of imagination. Humans are like that, see. And I believe today, as you have heard to what Mr. Kingsley has mentioned, that it's very important for the parent to actually enroll the child in the right path to ensure that the alignment, just like a car, does not run away from the actual path of success. This is where I believe once the education is given, the whole training is given, and the particular kid can move forward on his own independently towards success in the years to come. Very important. My next question will be like, how many children would there be in a class, and what activities do you all do? If I'm a parent who wants to enroll my kid in Big Apple, could you please explain what would my kid do with the other kids?
Yeah. So I would say that we are quite different from other preschools, even across Malaysia, not only in Ipoh, yeah. Okay, the first thing is that most of our centers is custom built. Yeah. So you can see that we have our own swimming pool, we have our own art room, we have our own library, we have like a rooftop playground. Yeah. And in every classroom in this center, there's a projector there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So our hardware is already unique. Yeah. So our software, it's more towards our syllabus and our teachers. So our teachers are all strictly trained to make sure that the kids' social and safety, to be guaranteed. So our syllabus is more towards holistic.
Holistic.
Yeah. So we have 3 special courses here. The first one is called STEAM.
STEAM.
STEAM is an acronym for Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Maths. Yeah.
Great.
So the kids, they will do hands-on experiment to learn things with a theme in there. Yeah. So like there was once that we did an experiment where a teacher, she hatched eggs to become a real chicken.
Wow.
Yeah. So the kids, they saw, this egg hatch become a real chicken. Yeah. So that's how they learn. Yeah. This is STEAM. So the second special program is called Guru Panda. Yeah. This is an online learning platform where we have a lot of videos, online videos, quiz, and also exams. Yeah. So we organize a lot of competitions so that the kids they watch the videos with cartoons, and they do the quiz. Yeah. So it makes them more easier to adapt to the current digital world. Yeah. And the last one is called Cambridge English. So this is a very, everyone knows, Cambridge University. So this is a course where the kids can learn English in a more fun way. Yeah, right.
Well, as you can see, the fluency and the eloquency of Kingsley just came in, because I believe education must come from the heart. That's most important, where you're able to show the right direction, the right path, and like it. Because when I was in school, my teacher never showed me how the egg hatched into a chick, you see. So by showing them, by experimenting them, the kids will know how nature evolved around in terms of animals and so forth. I like the word STEAM, which stands for 5 different meanings in different education that we learn. And these, I believe, are the out-of-the-box ideas that Big Apple has. And Big Apple, of course, is a place in New York, yes, we all know. And it's also good for us to focus our path not only in Malaysia, on international borders, and this, of course, is interesting. There is so much golden nuggets to take home today in terms of education from Mr. Kingsley Ting. But let's just relax for a while, take a short break, and we come back again in the second session together with Mr. Kingsley, the CEO of Big Apple Ipoh, and of course its 26 branches. Hang on there, be back in a short while.
What is Big Apple? Can I eat? No, it is an amazing place. Let me show you. I am 5 years old. I want to tell you why I love this place. This is our library. This tree is designed by early childhood education designers. The room color promotes my mood. It makes me feel comfortable when I read. Someday, I want to cook for my family. Do you want to try my nasi lemak? Yummy! I dream my painting and then I paint my dream. This art room expands my creativity. I learn all about art and craft, expressing myself through drawing.幸福有没有在你那边？让我看看他的脸。I think music is the strongest form of magic. Learning is not only about reading, writing, and counting. In this music room, the rhythm and beat makes me happy and kinetic. We still have canteen, playground, swimming pool, and many more. Where are we?
Radio, Television, Bandara Ipoh. Morning Ipoh with Katie, the second session for episode number 15 with Mr. Kingsley Ting, the CEO of Big Apple. Let's just continue our conversation, getting really interesting. And I would like to ask you, Kingsley, how is the management and the organization of, let's say, for the children, the sports day or the graduation concerts?
Yeah. So in the past, we organize sports day and concert every year. But since last year, because of COVID, so we actually stopped. But this year, we would be last year, yeah, we would be organizing graduation ceremony within our school separately. So this is a more suitable way for the kids to have a proper way to graduate. So in the past, we do train our school. We do train our students for public speaking, for also like drama playing, and also performances like dancing and singing. So we usually separate it by class. So the kids would just train every week to prepare for these special events.
Great. The next question will be, I've seen these days young children, whenever the parents want them to keep quiet, they don't pass over a burger or a sandwich. They pass over to the kid something called the handphone. And the kid just keep quiet. And some I've seen has got excessive behavior that even in a restaurant, during breakfast or lunch, they are in their own world. And I sometimes like to observe what they're doing, but unfortunately they're not Googling on things, but they are more into playing games. And I believe it is an excessive phenomena which will take the world from now and beyond. What will be your idea or your advice to such a methodology?
Yeah, I do agree with Mr. Katie a lot on this. I think me, myself, has also been growing up with a lot of electronic gadgets. So I think we should try to strike a balance within that.
Yes.
Yeah, I think parents should try to give restrictions to the kids. Probably say like they can only use their handphones during weekends. Yeah, I think this would be a more proper way to restrict them. And also we should maybe buy more toys or different kind of playing things for them, such as like Legos or puzzles or more like storybooks, so they can play with it besides only focusing on the phone. Yeah, I think during our ages, my age, or when I was younger, I played a lot of sports, or I would play a lot of different toys, like those older times we play chongkaks.
Chongkak,
Yeah,
right.
and
Yes.
basketballs, footballs, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we should try to make a balance within it. Yeah.
I believe it's correct. I learned this from a professor. He says it's EIM, everything in moderation. And take my advice. I always mention that the handphone is actually an IS. If you use it for Googling and for information, it becomes an intelligent screen. But if you use it just to play games and doing things that waste your time, I call it the idiot screen. So intelligent, idiot, all depends on you. It starts with the I. And this is where our advice is. And I can advise because I'm almost 60 years old. And to today, Kingsley, I still love reading books the traditional way. I'm only sad I'm born in the early 60s, where my father sent me to Standard 1 when I was 7 years old. And that is where I began to learn ABC. How nice if my dad would have thought to send me when I was 4 or 5 years old, like the kid these days. And I get very amazed at graduation concerts by looking at how they speak. A 4-year-old kid going up there and just reading without text and looking at the big audience there. I tell you, if my time, I will run away and hide in the jungle. That's what I'll do. So times has evolved, because if you happen to see, the children's idea of creativity and speaking eloquentness must be done at a very young age. Apologies. And this is where Big Apple is able to help you in the big way, right? As apple, like you say, is a great fruit to eat. It's a food that we know came from even those days of Adam and Eve with the apple story. Yeah. So this is a truly an incredible story. Now we go on to something more serious. Last year, sometime around, I believe, March, the movement control order came due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And lots of business were shut down, were just put on hold. And what did Big Apple do during these tiring times of a pandemic?
Yeah, it's also has been quite a hard time for us to actually, but I'm happy that we are able to overcome it. When it first started, we thought it was just going to be 2 weeks. You know? Yeah.
Me too, I thought 2 months or more.
Yeah,
yes.
And then extend again, yeah. So we, because it's education, so there's always a way to bring it online. Yeah, so we have done a lot of online classes. Our teachers have gathered together to make different videos for different subjects, and like different ways, like such as flashcards or storytelling and experiments through videos. Yeah, videos like that. But we have also realized that after a few months, the kids are actually kind of feeling bored. With the videos. Yeah, so I still think that an actual human interaction is important for kids learning. Yeah, but I mean the videos is what we've done. We have also done like a lot of Facebook private groups, so we can separate the parents into different groups. Yeah, so that's what we did.
Okay. Yeah, it is great that you gave them the direction of what things are during COVID, because we know that we're turning obstacles to opportunities, negativity to positivity, and the children, of course, will feel bored if it's the same concept all the time. They want challenges, they want new things, they want to discover and grab new things as the knowledge. So I thank Big Apple for being there for them. And now, of course, the COVID is in a way under control. And in Perak, we are thankful that the government has allowed schools to reopen. But remember, social distancing is important. Wear a mask, which is very important. We want this to be over so that we can restart, re-energize, and rediscover ourselves in the right new norm way. What are your corporate social responsibilities over the years? Let's name a few.
Yeah, we have been following this as well. Yeah, we have been doing this as well. We have hired some OKU teachers. Yeah, especially one called Zakira. I'm a good friend of hers too. And we have also been donating to the schools that in need. And we have also been bringing our children to visit places like old folks' homes. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. I'm also thankful that you have a heart for those who are less fortunate or a little bit that is requiring help. And this is definitely something which we're looking forward to with the idea of sharing, caring, loving and giving with the others to go on. Mr. Kingsley, my next question will be, education is so important that it is part of the program under Bandar Pintar Ipoh or Ipoh Smart City. I was lucky enough to be involved in the launch by Yang Menteri Besar Perak, and at that particular period we saw that in tandem with the growth of Ipoh, we didn't leave education behind. It is part of the process of transforming Ipoh to a smart city. So for the residents to be smart and to know what to do, it also involves being a clean city, being self-disciplined, being able to help each other, because Ipoh is not the job of the mayor or the city council employees. It is the job and responsibility for all of us put together to make Ipoh City the cleanest city to live in, a place where we call home. I was born here. I believe you were born here too. You went to China. I was in Canada. We came back and we want this city to grow. How do you think Big Apple can help in the education plan to move forward with City Council to ensure that Ipoh achieve this target?
I believe that education should start for kids when they're young.
Yes.
So everything starts when they're young, yeah. I think kids are more easily influenced. So it's very important at that period of time they're being taught to do good to the society and to be responsible to the city. Yeah. So that's where we step in. Yeah. I would say that we have been educating a lot of our children to become good and to be responsible, to be clean, and to probably be a better person, and probably to do something good and bring pride to their family and their country and the city. Yeah.
Well said. I like the word, bringing pride, because once we have got pride in ourselves, everything works. The dignity, the mannerism, the unity, the togetherness of Malaysians put together is really important. And I know once the pandemic is over, there will be many tourists and foreigners in terms of tourism who wants to visit Ipoh, Perak and Malaysia. And this is where we have to be ready. We have to be ready for the influx of foreigners who have been kept at home, who are being put on hold. You know, it's like an F1 car roaring to go, but the gear's not going in. So we have to be ready. And Ipoh City, I believe, under the able leadership of Datuk Bandar, Datuk Rumaizi Baharin, had done a lot. Have you seen Gunung Lang? There was even a petting zoo over there. I was surprised. And many of my friends, when I take photographs, they ask me, Katie, which part of Ipoh is this? Is it 10 kilometers away? I said, no, it's just beside the highway near Jalan Kolam Kangsa. A hidden, incredible place which has got the lakes, right? A small island, a fantastic limestone caves and so forth. This is Ipoh at its best. And we are waiting. We are waiting to transform Ipoh to a city that is not a pit stop anymore. Pit stop means come, eat, bye-bye and go. We want them to sit back, relax, enjoy Ipoh over the weekend. And this is where Big Apples plays an important role in education to bring together Ipoh to a higher, bigger, brighter and better place. Well, we take a short break right now under the second session with Mr. Kingsley Ting, a very young, dynamic CEO who is roaring to go forward, to give his best, especially for the younger generation, where we hope that with our experience and knowledge, we're able to train and make the young ones better. Stay tuned. We'll be back to you in a short while with the final and last episode under this incredible Morning Ipoh with Katie channel. Stay tuned.
With curiosity comes the need to seek adventure. The memories you choose to keep are solely yours to create, and only you have the power to do so.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Wonderful adventures like this taught us to be thankful for what we have. It gave us a different perspective of everything we see. This adventure is the memory we chose to create. An adventure begins at home.
Radio, television, Bandra Ipoh. Morning Ipoh with Katie. Episode number 15 with the CEO of Big Apple, Mr. Kingsley Ting. Earlier on, I wanted to actually share with you my passion of reading. So that's why I went back into my car and got this book out. The Art of Public Speaking by author Dale Carnegie. And I've already gone through about 60%. At almost 60 years old, I'm still going through. Nobody is expert in their field if they stop educating themselves. Because every day there are new things to learn. So learn to read a book, go through it, and when you buy a book, you share it with friends. You bring the whole knowledge across to your family, relatives, friends, so that everybody can buy one book, invest in just one book. If you have 10 friends, you already have 10 books. That's how sharing and caring goes along. How about you, Kingsley? You love reading books?
Yeah, like just now when I saw Mr. Katie showing me this book, I've already felt a connection with him because I have a book from Dale Carnegie as well, and the title is called How to Win Friends and Influence People. So it's actually the first adult book that I read, and
Right.
when I was 20 years old. So it's been 13 years ago. That's the first book I bought. Yeah, my first book.
First book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it has taught me a lot. I think it really influenced me. Yeah, it has taught me to become being more polite to friends around me, to smile more, to not discriminate. Yeah, things like that. And I also read that Dale Carnegie is actually Warren Buffett's the richest man, one of the richest men in the world's teacher. Yeah. So I would say a lot of things that he taught is really beneficial for me.
There are so many authors in the world that can actually influence and inspire you, and I'm glad that Kingsley at 20 years old, he read a book, and that book he can remember how to apply the applications and principles to today to making a better person. Great. Now let's move on to education, Ipoh. As we move from now, Kingsley, you put an idea across to the future. The word AI is a word that we cannot escape from. Artificial intelligence. The idea of having robots, having so many incredible ideas of computerization that will change the world. How do you think AI will be able to be applied to, let's say, Tasca or Tadika from a young age? Will the children be going through such things, or is it too early for them to learn?
Yeah, I would say I think artificial intelligence hasn't actually reached a very matured stage yet. Yeah, because like if it has already reached maturity, I think it would be something like Terminator. Yeah, because that is a real AI. Yeah,
Right,
like
real
the
AI.
Skynet, they send
Yes.
someone back
Right.
to the past. But I have already seen AIs doing great things like Tesla, the car.
Yes.
Yeah. Elon Musk has already included AI into his car, so the car can self-drive itself.
Yes.
Yeah. I've also seen I've seen AI that can draw by themselves and also even compose a music by themselves. Yeah, so it's really amazing what AI can do now. But I would say that it's still under control of humans for now. So I don't think it could be very soon be applicable to Tasca and Tadika yet. Yeah, because I still think that the human interactions is important. Yeah, so yeah, not so soon, I would say, not so soon.
Yeah, I still feel the human touch, the feelings must go through. And I always got this idea that one day, 2-3 years from now, you won't be speaking to me. You will be speaking to an AI robot, a voice that can project out like, hi, Mr. Kingsley, or Mr. Kingsley, hello, Kingsley. So you've got different kind of voices, but that is the way we're going to move on forward in the years to come. But in the meantime, enjoy what we have as a human with feelings, a human with relations, a human who wants to share and care with others. Kingsley, my next question will be about the future. How do you see Big Apple moving on in the fun direction of success, let's say 5 years from today?
Yeah. Well, I would say I would divide it into two ways. Yeah. I would say the first part would be our self-improvement. Yeah. I would try to make our syllabus, our software and our hardware better. Yeah. And I also try to innovate. Yeah. To bring more new things that would stimulate our child's learning process. So for now, in the past few years, we have already brought in Cambridge English, STEAM, and Guru Panda. But maybe in the future, probably like maybe robotics or what Mr. KT said, like artificial intelligence, maybe bring in something more robotics. Yeah, like I've seen a company from the US called Boston Dynamics. They've been building robots like robotic dogs that can like check the factories and stuff. Yeah, doing work like that. So yeah, maybe 5 years, 10 years later, I would try to innovate and bring in more new things. This is the first part. The second part, I would say, is more towards financially or the growth in business. Yeah, where I hope that Big Apple would be one of the most recognizable brands in Malaysia, and probably I would want to target other countries as well for the expansion. Probably Southeast Asia first. And I would hope that we could have probably 100 branches in the world someday. Yeah.
I like the focus. First, he spoke about self-improvement, a very important humility kind of feelings that brings to you how we need to improve ourselves. We need to make sure that we have continuous improvement. We move forward to the future. And I like the word you say, 100 branches. So that is basically the vision, objective, and of what Big Apple wants to do. So we hope that all of you put together, remember that education is of utmost importance in life. We are living in Ipoh, a city that we love. We were born in this city. And how would you envisage and imagine Ipoh city, Mr. Kingsley, let's say about 5 years from today?
Yeah, I would say Ipoh, yeah, is where I'm born. Yeah, I have spent most of my life in this city. I like the food here, and I like the people here too. I would say we are more polite, yeah, in some ways, and we have our like dim sum and probably the tauge chickens. Yeah, and I would say it's a city that focuses a lot on education too. Actually, like if we look at the results of the Kabangsan's exams, I would say a lot of Ipoh people have scored pretty well too in the past years. So in the future, I would say Ipoh should maybe stay as how it is. And yeah, there are developments here, but still under control. So yeah, I think it's a good place to live in.
I concur and agree with you, Mr. Kingsley. Right? Development in tandem with the progress, environment all being kept as it is, make it a green city, make it clean, make it nice, and Ipoh, of course, will be a place for us to call home for many of you. And this is, of course, the idea of objective of all of us Ipohites together with the Ipoh City Council and Dr. Badai himself to bring Ipoh to higher and greater success. We finally come to the end of our incredible conversation with this great young CEO. I was surprised you told me he is 33 years old when he looks 23, and that is where we want all of you to be inspired by education. But before I end this session, remember, if you're viewing this and watching this, please like, subscribe, and share with others. This is how the video will keep going on and on, where we know that education is of utmost importance in our life. With that, I wish you a successful day, a productive day, a smooth and incredible day, and pray for world peace and harmony and keeps our faith. Anything else to say?
Just have a nice day, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Terima kasih. 谢谢. Mkoisai. Kamsialu. And Mikanandri.